G'day everybody, Jackson, how's it going? Welcome back to Daily Endeavours for the last day of October, it's the 31st, it's Friday. So before I start, timecodes in the description, all that stuff, you know how it is. But I made a forum post about the Dromothra, like adding them as a void creature. I got a little bit of positive traction there, so that's good. I doubt it'll go anywhere though, but yeah, you can find it on the forums there if you want to have a look. As a response, ZeniMax has banned my username on there. It's been uFuqinwitme on there for ages. They actually banned the in-game name from my main account like years ago, but it seems like they just forgot about it on the forums. And yeah, finally, like I've literally had multiple warnings from them in the past, and I asked them to change it and they never did. And they decided to change it to Auridon on the forums, which is my second character I made on that account. I don't know why they didn't pick the first. But whatever, it's interesting. Maybe it's the last character I had logged in on. Who knows? Anyway, so hopefully Dromothra becomes a thing for void creatures, because that'd make it so much easier. Alright, so getting on to Endeavours now. 15 seals. This set's much better than yesterday's one. In my opinion, 10 items from the environment, stealing them, vampires, and crafting with any skill. You really don't need to do any of these options here. This one is in a zone where you fight other players and your healing is halved, so I don't really think this is a very, like, compared to these options here, it's way more annoying to do. Especially since there are only a few patrolling horrors, and if they die, you have to wait for them to respawn, whereas there's, like, hundreds of vampires you can kill. Literally hundreds. So I really don't see that being as much of an issue as patrolling horrors. And then 4 stages in the Infinite Archive. It is, it will take like 10 minutes, but you need a partner, aka a companion, which is pay gated, or you need a player. So instead of just having to run around asking a player to help you, you can just rely on yourself to do all this stuff here just easily. So yeah, much better, I think. So I'll firstly go through these two here. I advise you to do both of these at once. That, or you can just do them separately, it's fine. I'll just go through the separate option first, but I'll also go through an option you can do both at the same time. So in either of these options, my advice is to use provisioning. The reason for that is you can get a recipe and basically do this like no cost every time really fast. So firstly, in the description, there'll be a video tutorial just on... there'll be one for home tours, how you can teleport around. That one's not too important today. But the one about like the slow but infinite gold source, that one will be really handy, because if you don't have any gold for these recipes, obviously it'll be a problem. But the recipes themselves, they cost 270 gold each, and you only need these two, and once you got them, you can just do this anytime it comes up for the rest of the time. So it's just going to make it way easier. So yeah, just buy these 2 recipes, you're good to go from this point on. Now, these recipes can be found at any chef in the game. Just as an example, Hizal is here, but, you know, there's places like in Glenumbra, for example, you've got Rosaline Inn just next to the Wayshrine. Like, you go in here, you've got the chef Xavier as well. You can just get it from him. Literally, any chef in the game will have these recipes, and they're usable from level 1. You don't need any provisioning leveling experience beforehand. So, there is a non-stolen set of items just outside of the... This is the Auridon Pier, and sorry, the Vocal Guard piers, like the dockyards, just around a wayshrine that you've got access to, like from level 1. So again, it's really easy to get here and use this. If you come here, you'll find bananas and apples in this tray. You'll find an apple basket over here, and then you'll find an apple basket over here. You can see it there. The character didn't make it. So just over here. So you can take this stuff, and then you can go over here. The cooking station is just here. So if you go over here, use the apples and the bananas on this cooking fire. Go to food, and then once you got the recipes, you can go fruit dishes, and then baked apples or banana surprise. That's all you need, and you just craft as many as you need for the any skill endeavor. So in this case, it's 4 items. But if it comes up in the future as a weekly, this is a way to do it pretty quick as well. Because if you leave the zone and come back, all the stuff resets really like immediately, so you can just go and check again. But I'll show you the better option in my opinion today, which is Belkarth, because the items that you get here are actually stolen, and there's still a cooking station nearby that you can use. Alright, so if you haven't been here before, if you don't have any Wayshots unlocked, my advice is to use home tours. This is the time, I guess, where the other tutorial video comes in handy. Elenia Private Arena, or any of these options here, any of these houses, once you enter Craglorn from any of these houses through home tours, this Wayshrine will unlock. So just either use Elenia to come over here, or use one of these Wayshrines, get the nearest, one of these houses, get one of the Wayshrines nearby, and just port straight here. Also easy there. So what you want to do now is just head south. You'll see these little, like, sort of road paths over here. That's where you're headed. This is a apple farm, or apple orchard. So get down here, and there'll be apple baskets over here. So the only things you've got to worry about is this Belkarth guard here, and there's also an NPC somewhere here that walks around and can spot you. So I think they might have been killed. That's the thing. You can kill the NPC, you just can't kill the guard. But you just have to wait for them not to be around, and you can just do this fine. So if you want to make this quicker, you can go to gameplay and set all of the stolen items to on. So that when you go to these apple baskets, you just steal straight from them, and you just don't have to go into the menu to steal everything. Just press a button. So every apple basket here, just go through and steal all of them. It's going to be way more apples than you need, but you're doing this for the stealing endeavor, not the crafting. So there you go. Easy way there. And there's a lot of apple baskets here. Like, you've got those ones there that I didn't check. There's also some more over here as well. So, yeah. Plenty of apple baskets you can choose from here. And if on the very, like, unlucky chance that you get not enough for 10, then just leave the zone and come back and it'll reset everything. That, or just go to, what you can also do is, if you come to this building here, if, for example, you've already done the crafting and you just want to do the stealing, you can come to Gem and Flask, and upstairs, there'll be a bunch of items here that you can steal on this spot here. And nobody up here will give you a bounty, so it's really easy. The only thing is there's just no apples or bananas up here, so you can't craft with them. So you got the green baskets, millet sacks there. You go out here, and there'll be also some more crates and barrels that you can steal from here. Yeah, really easy. And if you're looking for the cooking station here, I'd advise from the Orchard, just come up here to the Crossroads Tavern. And there's a couple of cooking stations in here. I checked around, I couldn't find one outside, unfortunately. It's just inside. You just come in here, turn left, you'll find it here. So again, just go fruit dishes, baked apples, craft 4 of these, and that's it. Now, as you level up your provisioning, you'll be able to craft more with less. And what I mean by that is you get the chef passive. Same thing for the brewer if you're going to do drinks. But chef increases how many you get per item used. So with this right now, if I use 2 apples, I get 4 baked apples foods. So this can, especially when it comes to the weeklies, that can really speed up how quickly you do them, because you're just not waiting for it to like reset the instance and grab another bunch of more stuff. So yeah. Okay, vampires. There are a lot of places you can use for this. Let me go through what I think are the best options. Spellscar is great because the spell fiends that are in Spellscar actually count as vampires. So you can kind of do everything here in Craglorn today, and like within close proximity to Belkarth. So these guys here, these spell fiends, these are vampires. Just tap all of them. Don't have to kill them, just as long as you do a bit of damage, it counts. So there you go. Vampires, really easily. And like, you can see why I suggest this place. Like, if you run through here, there's spell fiends there. Basically, everywhere you see one of these big spikes sticking out of the ground, there's just going to be a group of spell fiends there, and they all count as vampires. Every like group of enemies as well has a couple of spell fiends in it. And it's the case all the way around this area here, around Spellscar. So, again, excellent. If you need Spellscar for vampires, again, just use any of these houses here through home tours and just get over here, unlock these wayshrines here, and, yeah, really easy to use Spellscar for this endeavor. Just bear in mind, these vampires are, well, these spell fiends are quite tough. They're tankier than what you'll find in, like, regular overland zones, because this is technically a group area. It's very outdated, though, so it's like, it's 2014 group area level, so yeah. you can handle it pretty well on just like a decent build. Like I'm just running Order's Wrath, speed build with just gold weapons. Anything like that is like more than enough. Okay, so in Rivenspire, you also have a lot of good options for vampires, though I find this is usually where everybody else goes, so it tends to be more crowded than other locations. That being said, I mean, Spellscar is always crowded anyway, though, so yeah. Moira's Hope here, this is full of Blood Fiends and also Montclair vampires around like the outskirts. So if I come over here, there's usually a couple, yeah, there's one there, for example. So these guys here are actually vampires too, so you can kill them for the Endeavor. So yeah, Moira's Hope here has a lot of vampires. Crest Shade over here has a lot of Blood Fiends as well, which are vampires. This area here, just to the east of Camp Temrith, also has some vampires. There's about 10. So sometimes this can be really good, because I find this is like the least used area, but sometimes they can be already dead. It's just, yeah, luck of the draw. The other good place is Coldharbour. So if you haven't done your Coldharbour foes yet, this could also be good for that. But Black Forge, the first room in the Black Forge has heaps of vampires in it, and they count. Also, the Orchid up here. These vampires count for the Vampire's Endeavor. The only issue is, with this one here, it's a little bit of a trek over here. Again, Home Tours is really good for you. Coldharbour Surreal Estate allows you to get here bypassing having to do the main quest to get here for the first time. So you can just come over here, and just make sure the door isn't up here. It's actually through the lava here. The door is like over here somewhere, and that gets you in. And then from there, you just the vampires will be immediately when you get in. So yeah, really good. In this option here, either you need to complete the main quest line in Coldharbour to progress through to this area here, or you can get someone to travel to one of these wayshrines, or in the dells if the wayshrines don't work, travel to them, and then you'll get access to the Orchid and you can just get this wayshrine. Just, yeah, bear in mind, you're not supposed to be there yet. There's other options for vampires. For example, if you're going to do some XP farming today with dolmens, vampires can spawn from them. It's like one option out of a very large list of different enemies that can spawn from these, though, so I don't know if you're going to be able to use that accurately. Same thing with Infinite Archive. You can get Relic Fiends, which I believe are identical to Spell Fiends, which count as vampires, so I'm pretty sure Infinite Archive would work. But I haven't tested that. I've never used this for vampires. I don't think you need to. Yeah, just worth mentioning there, I suppose. Not that I would recommend Infinite Archive today. Honestly, these options here are way easier than these other two. If you have a problem with that, let me know. Like, if you'd rather me do these next time, let me know. But yeah, nobody really tells me that shit. So yeah, I'll leave it there for now. Any questions, give me a holler as always. But thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. See you next time, and take care for now.